What is up, Internet Land? Zekim's Prime, aka Zekim's Prime, here with another Transformers video review. Today, the figure that we're going to take a look at is the Transformers Generations Leader Class, Commander Class, Lynx. It's the Lynx. He's like, what up? But yeah, he is... kind of a big boy, the way Lynx often is. I've been eyeballing this guy and debating whether or not I consider him to be Legends class, and I don't know that I do. Even though the scale of I don't know, scale's a little Transformer scale is often a very difficult thing to pin down. So. But anyhow, this one actually isn't mine. I'm borrowing this from a buddy. But yeah, so Commander Class Lynx. This is of the Commander Class figures that I've reviewed, which has been Jetfire and Rodimus Prime and this guy. So this is the third one that I've reviewed. And he's actually pretty damn good. I haven't had any of them that I've really been disappointed in. Granted, I did sell my Jetfire eventually, and I really basically bought Rodimus just for review. Like, I bought him, reviewed him, and then put him back in the box and returned him to Walmart. So. Yeah. This guy is, I haven't purchased one, but part of that has been because I've never actually seen one on the shelf. Well, I may have seen one at a Target exactly once, and just $80 is difficult to spontaneously spend, when you just see it on the shelf. And I don't know. I've had a lot of other things to spend my monies on, and I haven't gotten around to one of these. And I don't know how soon in the future that might happen, so whatever. Anyhow, let's talk about the figure itself. In terms of accessories, he comes with a series of explosions. These are actually the same explosions as Omega Supreme. Omega Supreme, I reviewed that one too. Yeah. So you've got, the three, tips are exactly the same. And then you've got this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. And that doesn't separate anymore. So, yeah, and you can stick these, have them, stick them on the end of his guns. Both these ones here that have got little stuff on that, so you can be like he's shooting, or you can stick them in the 5mm ports, like these ones down here, so he can still look like he's shooting something. Or you can stick them on these little ports on the side, like he can look like he's getting shot up. Kablamo, kablamo. 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 Yeah, I don't know. And again, like all of these blast effects, it's a thing. It's not exactly the most compelling gimmick, but it is, not the most shitty gimmick either. It's a decent enough thing, I suppose. But I don't use them all the time. They're not part of my gameplay, or, they're not part of my play habits or display habits, so I don't know. I'm not the targeted audience, I guess. But anyhow, yeah, that's it for accessories. This is a chunky boy. I've always liked Lynx. Of course, when I was a kid, the space shuttle was the coolest thing. like the coolest thing. Like there was nothing to me that was cooler than the space shuttle. And then it exploded, and I was more than a little bit heartbroken. But that's a special feature that'll come in handy later. Yeah. In terms of articulation, let's talk that over. His head is on like a big old ball joint. It'll look up. It'll look down. It'll look side to side. His mouth opens. His tongue gun waggles. He's got clicky joint here. Clicky joint here. Clicky joint here. Clicky joint here. So, pretty good range of motion on his neck bones. Mostly up, a little bit down. I mean, a substantial amount down, especially if you take that into consideration. But, you know, also a substantial amount up. You know, so I dig it. This is more fun to handle. I mean, I like the Mastermind Creations one, but like it was really heavy and had difficulty supporting its own weight because it was really heavy. And I forgot to mention these. That's an accessory, right? He comes with 2 of these, and you can stick them anywhere with a 5mm port, or like that. But anyhow, the Mastermind Creations one looks really good and has just the most amazing shuttle mode ever. But it's also just super huge and heavy and difficult to, you know, to pose because of how heavy it is. And the transformation is a bit finicky because they sought to overcomplicate just a little bit, not a whole lot, just a little bit. And I don't know, it works, but like the simplicity of this and the like, I even really like the greebles, even though it's not like a perfectly accurate shuttle. Well, we'll get into that in the shuttle mode, but you know, it's fun, and it's complicated enough to be interesting and simple enough to be fun, you know. And I think that Mastermind Creations towed the other side of that line. So anyhow, sorry, posability. I was gotten to the neck. His wings, I'm pretty certain this is, I didn't get instructions with this. This has been long opened. I do have a floppy wing here. Maybe I'll kiki that for my buddy. Pretty certain there's not supposed to be any kind of an in-between position for these wings because they've got no strength in this joint at all until you bring them all the way forward, and then they kind of click, or as Emgo would say, shoop into place. And so pretty certain that's how that's supposed to be, and not really anywhere else. So that joint works, and I wouldn't call that a posability joint there. And I wouldn't call this a posability joint. Though, that's a joint. That's a joint for sure. I just noticed this. Really? Y'all gonna be like this? Y'all gonna be like this? Y'all gonna be like this? His tail, he's got a tail. It's got like a joint there and like a joint here. This joint here is actually like a big old C-clip. And I guess that's so that if you open up his butt flap and just yank on it, then you won't break anything. It'll just pop off, which is fine. So joint. This joint goes side to side. You've got, I suppose, a little joint here, this tail thing here. Each of these legs, all these legs are the same. You've got a big old loud clicky joint there. Big old loud clicky joint there. A swivel there, and then basically a double jointed elbow where you've got a joint up here, and then you've got a joint down here, and you can use those in conjunction to move it quite a bit. You have another clicky joint here at the ankle, and then a tilt at the ankle. And like I said, all of these joints are exactly the same. This is a transformation joint, but I mean, I guess you can maybe like stick his leg out a little bit if you wanted to, and you didn't peer at it too closely. I should have had his thumbnail be like him, like lifting the leg. Oh, why didn't I go with that? I don't know. Then I'd have to bring in another figure and people would be like, it's not part of it. But that's all of it for this mode. This mode, you say, well, yes, this is a transformer. So we're going to separate him out. There's this little clippy clip here. And you just pop that and pull on this, and this whole thing comes off. To put it on, there's like this like hook back here. And it goes into this divot right here. And it chunks right into that divot. And then you flip the switch here and it shoops into place, and now it's like freaking rock solid. Okay, it's rock solid unless you put your man strength into it, I guess. I don't know. So we're going to put this guy aside from now and focus on the burb mode. I'm just a burb. I'm only a burb. So the way to get this guy into his full burb mode is you just bring out his feet. Bring out your feet. Bring out your feet. His chicken legs, they're scrawny. They're scraggly, but they're strong enough. I think I am going to throw some kiki on this. Kiki. But anyhow, he's got chicken legs. No additional accessories for this mode, by the way. He's got chicken legs. They have a ratchet that way, and they have a ratchet that way. Swivel here. You've got a single joint that is pretty damn stiff, actually. Little ratchet knee joint there. A swivel here. Another ratchet here. Ankle tilt, and then his toe and his heel move so he can like grasp shit in his claws, or just like stand however you need him to stand. And that's it for that mode. Let's get him transformed up. While I've got him on screen, let's get him transformed up. So to get him transformed up, you're going to take his legs, put them right back to how they were before. So straighten them up, chunk the claw back into there. Do the same with this one, straighten it up. Chunk the claw right back into there. You're going to open up his butt flap, and this is just going to fold in. Oh. Of course. Fold that in like so, and then fold this in like so. This is going to close up. You're going to take these wings, fold in the wingtips, and then fold the whole thing in like so, and then this is going to straighten up and come in. And then you've got this tab here on the heel. That's actually going to poke into this slot here on the wing. And you might need to like wiggle the wing a little bit to kind of get it to hook in. And let's do the same real quick for the other side. So fold in the wingtip, fold in the wing, bring this down, wiggle that in, and then all that's left with is his face. Close up his mouth, straighten out his neck, and then it just kind of whoosh. And now he be a freaking space shuttle. And, you know, it's not terribly accurate as far as space shuttles go, but it's not terribly inaccurate either. You know, they've got the, like, detail of the tiles. That's cool. They've got the, like, detail of the crew egress ingress hatch. That's cool. They got the little, like, RCS thrusters. That's cool. They got the little ohms boosters back here. That's cool. The RS-25s. That's cool. Tail fin's a little big, but, you know, not too big. No stickers on this. One of the things I always hated about the G1 Sky Lynx is that he had all the stickers, and mine actually came off eventually. This one's paint. That's cool. Magnificence. I love that. And the worm logo, that's also cool. Yeah. You can take your little blast effects here and plug them into his boosters. Not that he would ever really fire them. I think a lot of people didn't realize how, you know, like fuel hungry the RS, it was RS, right? RS-25s. How fuel hungry those three big ones were. They pretty much only fired them when they were, you know, hooked up to the external fuel tank, and then for a little bit afterwards. But like to deorbit, they'd actually fire the little ohms boosters there. They'd, you know, point it around backwards and then fire it to decelerate, and then flip around to come in, and they'd come in like so. But like he had this, like, you know, if you were too far down, then you wouldn't be able to bleed off enough speed, and if you were too far up, then you would like start to like whoosh, squirt out of the atmosphere. And the fact of the matter is, mathematically speaking, you didn't have enough atmosphere to come in at the right angle. So instead of pulling up this way to get more boost, they'd like turn and pull up this way, so that as they're pulling up, they're still going into the atmosphere. And then they'd turn and they'd pull up the other way, and then they'd come in and they'd put out their landing gear, which is right here. And they'd come in at just like, I mean, the shuttle landed at just like a stupid fast speed. That's why the runways for the space shuttle need to be so flippin' long, because this guy would land and then he'd, like, you know, put on his air brakes, which were mostly in the tail. The tail would split, and then he'd like pop chutes and still take up most of the runway. When it was in orbit, it always opened up its cargo bay like that, because there was these were cooling arrays on the space shuttle. There's, you know, no cargo in here. This is just like some sort of like a, I don't know, detail that you can put a thing on. Of course, there's no cargo in there because, you know, the neck actually fits into that spot. So, yeah. But, it's fun. It's fun. Sorry. I really like the space shuttle. I'm going to finish nerding out. I'm going to put this aside for the time being. Yes, that time being. You know about the time being? Is he here? So to get this guy transformed up into his robot mode, we are going to open that, flip out this, and close it. Ta-da! I know. Complex. Let's give him back his guns. So most of the posability of this guy is exactly identical to what we already went over. Just as with, you know, the Lynx side of the, or sorry, the Sky side of the Sky Lynx. He does gain a head, which swivels back and forth and looks up and down, and then you can look at more up and down using his transformation joint. So that's good. his mouth opens. His mouth opens like a lot. Like, y'all seen that video of the like cat like eating the food and like opens its jaw like this to like get like the biggest mouthful of food it could? It opens like that. But like, you know, you can open that up and have him bite something. Have him bite. Oh, I've got a thing for him to bite. Here we go. Yar, rar, yeah, rar. I don't know. But yeah, there's the Lynx version. This one, he doesn't turn into a space shuttle, so it was never quite as cool to me. So, like, that's the thing. To get him transformed up, we're going to put his head back away, exactly the way we brought it out. And then, you just take his legs and straighten them out. And then you'll see that there's like a little, like, this little guy here, and there's one here. There's a little divot on the inside of his leg, and that divot will straighten out and go into there. And then this guy will fold up like so. And we'll do the same with this one, though we're going to fold this foot first. And just fold it up, and it plugs into that. Fold these in. And then the last leg. And so I think the idea with this is that this is supposed to be the crawler, which is a piece of NASA infrastructure that they load up their, you know, big rockets. And I mean, it was originally built for the Saturn V. Actually, it may have been built before then. Somebody correct me if you're really concerned about it, but I know the Saturn V went out on the crawler, and then the space shuttle went out on the crawler, and now the Ares rocket has gone out on the crawler, and it's a phenomenal beast of a machine, and it moves just so flippin' slow. So this has got these like treads here, but it doesn't actually roll on the treads. It actually rolls on these wheels right here. And it rolls pretty damn well, actually. And you can take the shuttle and you can fold up the landing gear, plug it onto the crawler. This is absolutely not how the crawler carried the space shuttle, and it was also a lot bigger than that. It actually carried it, you know, like so, with the solid boosters and the external fuel tank there. But for this one, it does it like so. But there's another mode. Wait, another mode? Yes, this is the dumb mode. So you take this guy and you flip him upside down. And what we're going to do is we're going to take his legs, move him out like so, and then bring him out on these joints right here. And then we're going to take these legs, and we're going to bring them up like so, and bring this foot up. And we're going to plug these onto there. And then this tail part's going to come down, and then this whole thing's going to fold out. And then we're going to take this and rotate it like so. You can rotate his gun out. You can put it like that. I'm not sure which one I like more, or rather which one I dislike most. I don't know. I think base modes are kind of dumb. I've never met a base mode that I'm like, wow, that's so cool. You know, just to make everybody uncomfortable, I'll just mix and match. These little ramps will fold down. This little ramp will fold out. These do have the universal connectors that they introduced with Metroplex and then kept with all the other Titans so far, and a lot of other figures as well. And then we're going to take this ramp and we're going to bring this up and slide this up. Also, with that universal connector though, there's nothing for it to connect to out here. I don't know. But then you've got these like, this little like, you know, 3 little divot here. It is not, in fact, ah, crap, I forgot who it was in the comics who's got that as a symbol, but I dropped the ball. I failed you guys. I'm sorry. Anyhow, oof. This plugs into that. It doesn't plug in securely, so like be prepared for this to fall over at any possible moment. But then, yeah, there it is, a space shuttle. And you can plug this up to there, and you can like open this. Not that that would ever happen, but sure, you can do that. And we're going to pan up. And we're going to pan down. And that basically concludes the review of Skylynx. All in all, I have like a big soft spot for Skylynx. I love Skylynx. And I think this is a pretty good Skylynx. And this may be the best Skylynx for your money on the market right now. Because I think that this is cheaper than a G1 Skylynx. And it's sure as shit cheaper than the Mastermind Creation Skylynx. And it's decent quality. This is not like crap. I mean, sure, it's, you know, Hasbro quality, but like, it's better than, you know, their usual crap. I don't know. I think that it's done well. And I think that the eccentricities of it actually lend itself well to being designed well, you know. And clearly they put, you know, work into this. It's got good paint apps on it, and like this little paint app in here, and you know, I like this paint app in here, and the windshield is like a separate piece, but also painted. Looks great. The space shuttle is so cool and completely swooshable. Just like take this thing and hold it and fly it all around the house. I like this. This is fun. But yeah, I dig it. I'll have to see if it's actually like a legend scale thing. If it's a legend scale thing, maybe I'll pick one up for myself. If it's not necessarily legend scale, then maybe someone like New Age might make one. But that's pretty much all I got. Thanks everybody for watching. You guys are fantastic. Everybody stay awesome and be good to each other. See ya. Swoosh.